Welcome back to My Tech Gear. With the recent release of the Oculus Quest 2, there are far more VR headsets out there, many people only one for the first time. So once you've got your new headset, whether that's a Quest 1 or a Quest 2, which games should you try first? Well, here I'll be giving you my list of top 10 games that I think you should try first. Even if you've been using a VR headset for a while now, there might be some games here that you haven't seen yet. So whether you're a newbie or even a seasoned pro, hopefully there are some games here that are right for you. Let's get on to it. Before we go any further, if you do enjoy the video, please don't forget to like and share it, and if you're not subscribed yet, then hit that subscribe button down below and also the notification bell so you're notified about new videos as and when I post them. It really helps me build this channel up, ensuring I can continue making great videos for yourselves. Thanks! There are a large selection of games available on the Oculus Quest store, so it can be a little daunting as to which games you should try first. So I'm giving you here my list of top 10 games that I think you should try first, having played them myself. I'm also going to be picking on cheaper games here, so you can buy more games with your money. Something I'm sure you'll appreciate if you've just spent money on a brand new Quest and aren't exactly flush with cash at the moment. Now for some people they can dive straight into VR without any issues, but for most of us there is a bit of a learning curve. When you're standing still and your feet are telling your brain that you're not moving, but your eyes are telling your brain that you're flying through the sky or jumping off a cliff, it can be very disorientating, often resulting in motion sickness, or what some brand as cyber sickness. Oculus know this too, so every game in the store is labelled with a comfort rating, and this ranges from comfortable to moderate to intense. So the games here I'm focusing on are comfortable games. These are games that are suitable for most people, so they are ideal for people that are new to VR or those that suffer from motion sickness. Start off with short sessions in VR, play these comfortable games and build up from there. This will help you alleviate or eliminate those symptoms. Now let's get into the games.
Number 1.
Rec Room is an online universe where you can play and create games with friends from around the world, meeting in social chat rooms and then going off to explore one of the millions of different rooms, where each room is a new experience. There's paintball, dodgeball, parkour courses, escape rooms, high seas adventures, haunted castles and more. If you've ever played Roblox or know what that is, then it's basically the VR version of that. They are frequently releasing new updates for this too. The latest scheduled updates will see a high seas adventure game called Isle of Lost Skulls. And Rec Royale, think yet another battle royale game out of Fortnite, is coming also. However, they have said that these updates at least will only be for the new Quest 2. The original Quest 1 will not get these updates. Presumably this is due to the processing power needed to run these games. So we are starting to see exclusive content appear for the Quest 2 already. There is so much content in this game, and best of all, it's free. Check it out, you have nothing to lose. Except maybe hours of your time once you start playing it.
Number 2.
Beat Saber is probably the most well-known rhythm game there is, and a must-buy for any VR headset owner, let alone just a Quest 1. All rhythm games see you having to do some action in time to music, and here Beat Saber is certainly no exception, and has actually set the standard in this genre for which many after it have tried to emulate. This game sees you wield two lightsabers which are colour-coded, and you have to swipe at the same respective colour-coded blocks in the direction of the arrow that is on the block as it rushes towards you. There are varying levels of difficulty, so it's easy to access this game by starting off on the easier setting and then slowly building the skill level up from that. They have recently just released a multiplayer update for it, so you can now go online and play the same track with your friends all at the same time. It's great to see the developers innovating on the game even after it's been out for over a year. This is definitely one for your collection.
Number 3.
If there was a game that could rival Beat Saber for popularity on the Oculus Quest, then it would probably be this, Superhot. This is a game that has existed in some incarnation on various VR platforms for years, and for good reason. This game sees you moving through stop motion levels where you have to kill all the bad guys before they kill you. You move and time moves. You stop moving and time stops moving as well. It reminds me a lot of the stop motion shooting scenes from The Matrix. It's almost more a puzzle game than a shooter, as you try and work out how you can move around and get into positions to shoot the oncoming bad guys before one of the myriad of bullets that are flying towards you hits you. There are also updates to this announced for the Oculus Quest 2 that should see 90Hz display mode supported, so expect even smoother gameplay.
Number 4.
If Super Hot reminded me of The Matrix, then Pistol Whip is what would happen if you then mix Super Hot with John Wick. It's a fast-paced game that sees you propelled down a path, having to shoot various silhouetted bad guys as they come out of every nook and cranny to try and shoot you, all while doing this to the thump of some soundtracks. This is another rhythm-type game similar to Beat Saber, but an awesome game in its own right. Similar to Beat Saber, it has varying levels of difficulty, so you can start off on easy mode and work your way up the levels as you get more confident. Certainly on the harder levels, your quads are going to be killing you with the amount of ducking and diving you do in this game to avoid the bullets, walls and obstacles that lie in your way. I love this game. Yes, I do, Mr. Wick.
Number 5.
If you're a Star Wars fan, and seriously who isn't, then you cannot leave your game arsenal without this. Vader Immortal is a 3-part series, and here we have the first part in that trilogy. The whole trilogy itself is branded as story living, and it's easy to see why. It's not quite a fully fledged game as such, but neither is it a movie. You take the role of a smuggler who is captured in Darth Vader's castle, and the adventure rolls on from there. And an adventure it certainly is. It is VR immersive storytelling and gameplaying all rolled into one, executed in a universe loved by millions around the world. At roughly 45 minutes long, it is short, but honestly, who cares? One of the best features of this game is the Lightsaber Dojo, which allows you to train with your lightsaber over numerous levels. I could spend hours in the dojo all by itself, so this certainly goes a long way to offsetting the short duration of the main game. If you're a fan of Star Wars, and even if you're not, I do urge you to give this a go.
Number 6.
Creed may have been the first boxing game that was released on the Oculus Quest, but it's Thrill of the Fight that is the go-to boxing game for me here. There is no stamina bar here, like there is in Creed, so you can really test your limits and push yourself to the max. The game also monitors how strong your punches are and adapts the game appropriately. So no matter how strong you are, you will have an equal chance of progressing and completing the game. Yes, you could trick the game by using punch strength that is way below your actual strength in order to win the game easily, but seriously, what's the point in that? The only person you're conning is yourself. It's a great game that is a serious workout if you put the effort in, and at only $9.99, it's a bargain of a game.
Number 7.
Recently released is Blast On. This is a 1v1 shooter game which sees you shoot it out with other online opponents. It's a fast and frantic game where the aim is to win by beating your opponent in the best of 3 rounds. You do this by grabbing the various guns and shields that materialise around you and using them to outgun and outwit your opponent. All the bullets come at you at various slow motion speeds, so there's lots of ducking and diving as you try to evade the bullets coming at you, whilst also taking shots at your opponent. You are also fixed to a 1x1 meter platform, so you'll definitely have to get flexing in order to miss those bullets. You are rewarded with credits as you play the game more and more. With these credits you can then go into the game's store and purchase additional items, such as new guns and shield types to add to your arsenal. This in turn will then allow you to have a more varied strategy in your games going forwards, as you'll have more weaponry to choose from. It is immense fun, and for another game that is only $9.99, it's another great and cheap experience to add to your game collection.
Number 8.
Cubism provides you with a completely different experience. Here there is no jumping, dodging or fighting. In fact, you can just sit down for this one. The concept of the game itself is incredibly simple. You are presented with a large wireframe shape in the centre of the screen and several small solid shapes around it. You then have to twist and rotate the smaller shapes such that they can all fit within the larger shape. There are 60 different puzzles to solve at various levels of difficulty, from easy through to hard. Whilst all of this might sound incredibly simple, I can assure you that this is an engrossing and engaging game that will have you needing to finish just one more level before turning it off. It's a simple concept, but very well executed. In a world where the majority of games focus on fitness and fighting, it's a refreshing change.
Number 9.
Here's another title that has been around for a while, but is consistently a bestseller, and it's easy to see why. Red Matter is a story-driven puzzle adventure game set during a dystopian sci-fi Cold War. You take on the role of Agent Epsilon, an astronaut of the Atlantic Union dispatched to an abandoned Volgravian base on Rhea, one of Saturn's moons, where your mission is to investigate a shady top-secret research project. The puzzles here get progressively more difficult as the game goes on, but the strength of the game here is in the visuals, which are simply stunning, and the amount of effort that Vertical Robot, the developers of the game, have put into making this an incredibly immersive game, especially in the way the virtual hands in front of you really do feel like an extension of yourself. It's a perfect example of what games that are focused on VR as their consumption medium can achieve.
Number 10.
And last here we have Echo VR. Now this is a game that certainly isn't in the comfortable rating for Oculus Quest games. However, I've put it on the list here because I want you to try it for two main reasons. One, it's currently in beta and is free, so it costs you nothing to try it. And two, it's a great example of what truly immersive VR gaming is all about. It's a no-holds-barred, zero-G sports game. If Ultimate Frisbee and Tron had a baby in zero-G, this game would be it. You have complete 360-degree freedom of movement and can propel yourself along with your own jetpack, or grab and push yourself off objects or even other players, all whilst trying to get a glowing frisbee through the opponent's goal. Players, frisbees and objects seem to come at you from all sides, and it's certainly not a game for the faint of heart or stomach, but it's definitely worth having a go. Certainly this is only touching the surface of the games that are out there for you to try. However, these are the games that I think you'll find the easiest to get into and enjoy, and then go forward from there. If you do get any of these games, please comment down below and let me know how you got on with them. It is worth pointing out here that Oculus does have a refund policy, so if you've owned a game for less than 14 days and played it for less than 2 hours, then you can apply for a refund. So it's great to know that if you buy a game and if for some reason or another you don't like it, you can get a refund from Oculus and then go and buy something else instead. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and share it, and if you're still here but you're not subscribed, then hit the subscribe button down below. And as always, see you in the next one.